Hi y'all, it's your girl Butterfly here. Um, just figure I'd pop in and do a little video. It'll be a little, I'm not sure. Um, it's kind of a response video and general video in one. Um, the response is to oh God, I cannot spell your name, Slanelca. Video of the titled well, oh, not that was your latest one. I'm sorry. Uh, Jehovah's Witnesses. What did you dream of? Not to say that the other one wasn't good, Steve, but I'm going to respond to the previous one before your current one, about what did we dream of ever since we were all stuck in the witch tower. Um, Uh, I really liked that video that came out because it came out right at the same time when I released my first project, which was my first song. And of course that's something I've always wanted to do. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be in the arts, whether it would have been acting or singing. Singing was my major thing I've always wanted to do, and unfortunately, that was never enforced in my family, so it was quite discouraged because it's like, A, you're not going to get enough money, you're going to be a starving artist, and B, you know, you should concentrate on serving Jehovah and becoming a pioneer and all that stuff. So, and of course mixed with the fact that my family was very, very poor. We couldn't afford even extracurricular activities. So, talk about a damper on one's self-esteem. That was the case in that. But yeah, that's something I've always wanted to pursue, and something I thought I was very good at. And so here I am, 20 years later, with a guitar. And I've just had it for about a month already. And of course, the song that I just did only has like 5 chords to it. Um, I did get general criticism outside of YouTube, saying that it was kind of the song was good, but it was just boring sounding. I guess it was because of not so much the guitar, but the melodies involved in my voice rhythm. Meaning, my voice was great from what they told me, but from what my outside source told me, it's just I probably needed to work on emphasizing the melody in what I'm conveying in the song, which I understand, which I get, which is what I'm gonna work on my next song. I'm just gonna I'm gonna move on to another song, and I'm gonna play around with that theory a bit, and then later on, once I get that down packed, I'll probably go back to this first song that I just did and retweak it or whatever, and redo it, kind of like tweak it up and make it all nice. But yeah, that was the constructive criticism on that. But other than that, um, it's something that again, it kind of goes back to the whole self-esteem issue. I think what happens is when you're raised in this cult, there's not much stuff to enforce your self-esteem at all. You're not encouraged to have extracurricular activities, or at least when I was growing up, I wasn't encouraged to do that. You're not encouraged, to really just kind of have a life outside of school, and that's it. Your life is just meetings, and that's it. It's very, very mind-numbing. And I guess growing up, that's where I had a lot of resentment. That's where a lot of my perfectionism and self-esteem issues came in. I tend to beat myself up too many times on that. But what's sad is the depression and desperation of you really wanting to do something, but you're not allowed to. I think that's the worst kind of feeling that you can ever have, and wasting your life. And of course, for a while you think, okay, maybe it's for the best, and then you realize, you know, or in my case and many other cases, I'm sure, good example, Stepford Escapee, Karen, she's a good example. You know, you wasted all your life for what? You know, I wasted my whole life giving it to the organization just so it turns out that it's not really true. So, you know, there's that. Um, but other than that, I just want to personally say it's for those who are out, definitely explore what you really always wanted to do, or search for what you think you may like to do, and go through that. Um, Even though I think now I take constructive criticism a lot better than when I used to when I was young, because you know the whole perfection is an issue, and also that ties into the Watchtower thing as well, and their whole rule system. But I have to say, you know, it's very empowering, and it makes you feel really good about yourself, and you know, and it just sort of empowers you, and makes life a lot. It makes life worth living, because I never used to feel that way for a good long while. I never used, and I sometimes I get my times where I still feel like it doesn't. There are where I'm depressed, and I really, you know, don't feel like I want to be around anymore. But being able just to accomplish this one simple feat, and to continue on to developing, you know, my skills in music, even though I'm a baby in the scheme of things, you know, um, it's very enriching, and it's very empowering. And I have to say, for what I've done so far, I'm very proud, and I look forward to getting better at it, and making, you know, new stuff, and taking what I learn as time goes on and applying it. And it's a sense of empowerment. So, you know, for anybody that has left, and they've, you know, especially since all you've ever done is go out to, you know, preaching, and oh, I hated going door to door. In fact, I remember, I want to relate real quick before I end this video. Um, I used to let the other sisters lead, and knocking on the door, because I would hate it. I would hate it. You know, I'm not a salesperson. I'm sorry. I can't convince people to buy stuff. I'm horrible. I suck at that. You know, customer service is different, but sales, I'm not a salesperson. I can't. Some people are natural at that. I'm not. And basically, what a witness is doing is pretty much like a door-to-door salesman. You're convincing a person to take your product or your magazine. That's pretty much what it is. It's the same thing. And I never was good at it. So, you know, that I just find you just find out that half of us were all raised in a salesman religion. But anyway, Steve, that was a very good video. I like that. And I also want to add, if there are any musicians out there, or any people, singers, songwriters, you name it, out there, who, as time goes along and I post some other projects up, if you have any suggestions, please let me know what you liked, and or what you think I need to work on. I don't like to say didn't like, because I mean, yeah, people don't have to like stuff, but I like to say stuff, let me know what stuff that you think I should work on, which sounds more positive to me, because that way I can, just go ahead and just you know, work on what I need to work on. But anyway, I'm babbling. I'll go ahead and let you guys go. Till next time, this is the Admirable Butterfly signing out.